welcome back to Markets of Sunshine. This is Marsha. Hope you're having a great day. And today starts a new challenge. So I will be continuing in the series of the beaded heart. We are on heart number 5 and we'll have 5 more to go. We're going to be doing 10. But today also starts a new series that I'm going to be doing, and it's going to be once a week, not every day, but just once a week. And it's going to be a 12-week series. And I'm partnering with my crafting buddy, Linda Coker, and she's going to have a 12-week series also. And that will take us through the end of this year. So I will start with the first series of 12. So once a week you make the project, and then when this will carry us through for the rest of June, July, and August, and then the first week of September. And then Linda's challenge will pick up the second week of September and carry us through the end of the year. So I had a hashtag that I was making for the challenge, and I had posted it on another video, but now I've changed it. And so now the hashtag is going to be MOS, which stands for Markets of Sunshine, and then altered paper clips. So that's what we're going to be working on for 12 weeks. We're going to come up with 12 different styles of making an altered paper clip, a hidden paper clip, a decorative paper clip. However we can make it, I'm going to make it, and then I'm going to give you the supplies that we're going to use for each week. And then I will make up the prototype, show you what I did with the supplies, but you can do whatever you want to do with the supplies. So here we go. So for altered paper clips number 1, we are going to need a paper clip, first of all, and this is a 2-inch paper clip. You can use the smaller one or a larger one, doesn't matter, whatever size you want to use. So you just need a paper clip. Then you're going to need a piece of cardstock. So the 2 basic supplies that you will always need for the 12 weeks is a cardstock and the paper clip. And it's going to be based on whatever style you decide to make. So as you can see and follow along what I will be doing with it and what style I've come up with, then you can use those ideas at any time during this 12-week challenge and then going forward. Okay, so you will also need one of any of these. So 1 book page, 1 digital, or 1 magazine page. You don't need all 3, but you just pick your one. So I decided to go with a magazine page, and I just went ahead and used my decorative scissors and I cut it almost the width of the cardstock. It's a little bit longer. I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do with it, so you're going to see me make this thing from start to finish, and I'm going to be putting it together. So you will need a piece of green fabric. So there are some supplies that are specific, other supplies that are just general. So green fabric. You will need orange fiber. So whatever you consider a fiber. It could be yarn, it could be strings off of the side of fabric, it can be this type of decorative fiber, ribbon, whatever you want it to be a fiber, that's fiber, but just needs to be orange. Okay, then you need a piece of lace. It can be any color lace, any size, any length for your project. So this is the piece that I picked out. You will need a leaf sticker. So now this is a die cut leaf, and then the only thing you need to make it a sticker is you just put adhesive on the back. That is a sticker. That constitutes a sticker. So you can make your own sticker. If you already have leaf stickers, great. If you want to stamp it out, if you want to cut it out, however you want to make a sticker, but it has to be a leaf sticker. So there's variations. And then the other basic, this is all the basics in this, a tea bag wrapper. So not the little cloth tea bag, you know, that the tea is actually in, but the wrapper that it came in, that's what you need. Some don't have the wrapper, so you need to find one that has a wrapper. And it doesn't matter what color it is. Of course, I'm going with an orange and green theme here, but whatever color you have, because, you know, and again, you use these supplies to make the altered paper clip, so it doesn't have to be the main focal point. So it doesn't matter. You could just use a piece of it here, you know, so I'm going to mess around with it and figure out how I'm going to use it. Now, there will be bonuses that I come up with that will be mentioned in each video. So Linda is making a file. It will be posted in our Facebook group, Junk Journal Junction. And in order to see what the bonuses are, you have to watch the video each week. But to have it printed out, the file printed out with the weeks already, you know, planned ahead. They're all 12 weeks have already been mapped out, and it's been typed up, and it's a PDF file, but it will be in our Facebook group, Junk Journal Junction. So to get the PDF file, you have to join the Facebook group. And also you can just write down yourself what I just said to you and each of the supplies. So this first week, the bonus for our altered paper clips is going to be just any kind of a beaded dangle. Now, I purchased, this is actually a stitch marker is what these are called, and it's for crocheting and knitting. And so it already has a little hoop on it, and she already had the beads put in it. So I was going through my supplies and my stash to figure out what else did I want to put on my altered paper clip. I said I want some kind of a cute little dangle, and then these colors just matched perfectly with what I was already picking out for this. Isn't that cool? Okay, so that's going to be a bonus. And again, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Obviously, I will attach it to the paper clip. And so, but all these elements are going to be put together to make our beautiful, it's going to turn out gorgeous altered paper clip. So gather up your supplies. I'll give you a minute. Now that you see everything, pause the video at this point and gather up all the supplies for your hidden paper clip. And if you need to go back and watch it again, and on the screen you'll see a numbered list, or just a list, itemized list that I will put up on the screen, and you'll be able to see that, so you can pause it at that point, or if you want to go back and watch it again and see what were the pieces that you needed. So if you want to take part in the challenge, you have to use these exact things that I'm mentioning here. And then you just, you know, post that you're taking part in the challenge. If you have your social media page and you want to post it on social media, you have to let me know where you are on social media in your comments so that I can come and see it. And if you have a YouTube channel and you're going to follow along and you're going to do a video and join in, please use my hashtag. Use my hashtag on your social media posts. And if you're in the Facebook group and you only want to post it in there, that's great also. And but so obviously you're on Facebook, so I would really appreciate it if you would post it on your personal page on Facebook. And of course, always remember to use the hashtag and mention my YouTube challenge and this YouTube video and this challenge. All right, so like I said, we're gonna just let you pause it here, and then I will get busy and we'll put all this together. Now, another thing I wanted to mention is that you are allowed to use, obviously, the things that you would need to put this together. Glue, any adhesive, a sewing machine, your scissors. So those basic supplies are allowed in the challenge. So any adhesive, any cutting tools, scissors, cutting tool of any kind, you know, and inks are allowed in the challenge. All right, so I just wanted to get that out there. Alrighty, so, goodness, excuse me. And you don't have to do the bonus. This is just what I'm going to put in as a bonus. So if you like my bonus idea of a beaded dangle, go ahead and make one or buy one or whatever. And you could use an old pair of earrings. I mean, there's so many ways that you can do this. You may not be a crafter, a beader, because I'm not by you know, any stretch of the imagination. I do know how to, finally, my daughter taught me how to put these little things together. But you can use earrings. So go get old pairs of earrings. Start going to thrift stores and garage sales and buying up all these dangle earrings, and you can use those. And then all that you need to learn how to do is to put the little hoops on them. And that's all you know. So easy to do. All right. So let's get busy now, and we're going to put all these together. So let me brainstorm what I'm going to do with this, and then I'll be right back. All right, so now I've already figured out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to put everything together. So the first step is inking up the edges. And if you have one of these little daubers, these are great. And the two colors I like to use, this is the Ranger Distress Ink, Antique Linen, and Vintage Photo. And I just like to mix them. That's my preference. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to leave the edges just like they are. I'm not going to round these corners. So the first step is we want to ink all the edges up. Ink up this. I don't know if it will be covered up, but I just want to make sure everything, all these little corners and edges are no longer white. Alrighty. Alright, so that takes care of that. Quick and easy. Not a problem. So nothing else at this point. I don't have anything planned for inking anything else. Okay, so this is my plan. Okay, so we're going to take, first of all, I'm going to take the magazine page. Okay, so we're just going to take it here, and we're going to come down here, and we're going to tear it. All right, so more or less the length of my cardstock. All right, and then I know that I'm going to have the lace be down here at the bottom on both sides. Now, when you're decorating, work on the, you know, here's where it's going to fold. Work on this side first, then we would flip it around and we work on that side. And so the leaf sticker, all these things will be the last thing to go on here. Now, I had some ideas on maybe doing the same thing that I did, and we made the little flowers. So that thought occurred to me, so I thought, well, let me do that first. Let me see if I like this and how it looks, what we've got going on. Okay, so that looks cute. Okay, and so then that could be like right here, and then I was thinking like the leaf could come in here, and then sorry about that, mosquito got in. All right, so now the first step was to ink the edges. So I've inked the edges of the cardstock. Now I'm going to just tore my magazine page to fit. All right, now here's the tea bag wrapper, but it's way too wide for this. So this is what I was thinking. Okay, so I'm going to fold it in half lengthwise. I get it even because I want to use both pieces on both sides. So you're going to decorate this side first, then we'll flip it around, then we decorate that side. Okay, so just folding that in half. Okay. And we're going to tear it. Now I'm creasing this really good because if I crease it, then it will tear better. Okay, so now, then what I was thinking was to take the fabric and to make a little half flower, really is what it is, but it's just kind of, it's going to be just a pleated little embellishment. So we're going to take this like this. And it's really big. So I'm almost thinking I'm going to take it, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to just trim this right in half. And then I'm just going to figure out like what looks like it's pretty well half. And yes, I know you can just cut a little piece and you can rip it to get that nice frayed edge, but I can't do that because it messes up my shoulders. But if you have the strength that you can do that, then go right ahead and do that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, now we're going to take these little strips and we're going to make a little tiny flower. It's going to be cute. It's really going to be cute. Okay, and then my little plan is to take it to the sewing machine. So the first thing I need to do is stitch this together. Isn't it cute? It's adorable. And then all of this little, fiber that's hanging down. That's going to go right there. And see, now he's small enough to come right over here. Isn't it cute? Yes. And then this is going to come under here, like that. And then somehow, somewhere, I'm going to add in some of this. So we're still working on that part of it. I don't know where he's going to go yet. Okay, so now, but let me get this one first before we jump to the tea bag. And we're going to stitch this. So I hope you will watch my video all the way through. I really, really appreciate that. That really helps me out if you watch the whole video. And I'm trying to shorten them because I know your time is valuable. But if you will, take time out in your day when you're sitting and relaxing and you come on YouTube to watch videos, then I hope that you will include my channel in your video watching time and watch it to the end. Alright, so this pleat is giving me a hard time. Alright, now get through that. Alright, I gotta bring him up a little bit higher. Okay, now gotta get through that last pleat. There we go. I think I've got it. I'm just going to go back through it again. So you need a really sharp needle when you're doing this. All right. You want to make sure you're getting that last pleat, because the last thing you want is for this thing to come undone. All right, so we're going to go in where all of them meet. You also want to pick up the first pleat where you started. And I don't know if you're like me. I always manage to stab myself with these needles. It's just like it's inevitable. I try not to, but it's like, guess fingers get in the way. Oh. So when you're going through all those layers, it helps to be able to push it onto something. Okay, so now we got that part done. All right, so there's that little cluster. Isn't it adorable? All right, so let me tie this knot off. Oh, I can see one of those pleats right there. I'm going to come through him. Yep, so when you look at the back, that's another good idea. Check it on from the back and make sure you don't have any pleats that didn't get stitched. Because like I said, you don't want them to come out later. Alright, so this little first cluster is done. So that's what I decided to do with the fabric piece. Okay, so let me go ahead and tie another knot in this. So it will be ready. Now we're going to work with the tea bag wrapper. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to just fold it. And this is very nice, heavier paper. It's not slippery or flimsy like the magazine page was. And then it's much nicer to pleat. Okay, and then the beauty of this is then now all we have to do is come in here with the stapler and just quick like a bunny, we can just staple those all together. Okay, now this one is going to go over there on that side. Isn't that good? Nice. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so now that cluster goes there, this cluster goes here. All right, so now I want to trim up the lace. All right, so now we know this one's going to go there. This one's going to come here, okay? And then this cluster is going to go there. This cluster is going here. All right. And we still have the leaf. Okay, that's extra. All right, so the leaf is going to come in here, so I wanted to put the leaf right here, so I thought that would be really cute. And then that covers up the center of the flower there. And then, so now this fabric, let me see what I can do with it. Let me see, I don't want to go so big, but let me see. I want just something small to go right here to cover up that staple. So maybe we just do a small little one. It doesn't have to be big. So just let's flip it around for a second. And then let's see how big we are going to go. Okay, so if I do it that size, it can go a little bit further. All right, so let's see. I'm really making these pleats very small, very close together. Yeah. All right, let's just take it all the way to the end and let me see if it winds up being too much. Oh no, that's perfect right there. Okay, I like it right there. All right, so we're going to trim that off. Fold it this way. There we go. Okay. See, it was a good thing I had the needle ready. All right. And it doesn't matter that the tail started in the front because it's going to be covered up. Going through all of these layers, you need something to steady your needle on. So I'm steadying it on the wood. Kind of a balancing act here to really tell you the truth. Okay, let's see. All right, let's hold on to this thing. Okay, let's see. All right, I need to come over here. So let's come over here through the thinner ones first. Okay, there we go. All right, let's get... There, that's better. That's better. Okay. See how cute? Oh, right now. Tie a knot in this one. Actually, I think I like that side since I'm going to do this. What I'm going to do. All right, so let's go back through here. And then we'll go and finish it off on the back over here. All right. So then the lace will go down here. Tea bag will go there. Flower will go there. Just wanted to check for a minute and see what it would look like turned this way. That's kind of cute too, like that. So I like that. Okay, now what I wanted to do is just take a little bit of this orange trim, and I'm going to just kind of put it in a bunch like that, and then I will put it right there to cover up that stitching. Okay, so now we're going to start from the back again. This is going to be interesting because I have to tie a knot. All right, let's see. I've never tried this, so we're going to see if it's going to work. All right, so if I can catch enough of it. All right, there you go. Okay, so that takes care of that one now. So see, this is what's the fun of this is, you know, having pre-set supplies picked out, that it's like that's half the battle. So knowing that, okay, this is, you know, this is what I need for this altered paper clip, and now here is what I'm going to do with it, so you're seeing what I'm doing with it. So this side is completed. Isn't that adorable? I love it. So I was thinking I wanted to get some stitch element going on here. So these, obviously, I'm not going to do this on the sewing machine because now I've got those clusters. So what I'm going to do is remove these, and then I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch this. So let me be back. All right, so now the stitching is done. The lace has been attached, and the magazine page is attached. So then by the time we get finished gluing everything, and then I've already put on my little dangle, so that needed to go on before you put your actual decorative piece on. And you always want the dangle to be on the opposite end that is going to actually go onto a page. So it would go like this. Okay, so you need to be able to slide that on, and this would be in the way if it was down here. So it always needs to go on the opposite end. So I just wanted to show you that. And then this will all be glued together underneath of here. So that doesn't matter what any stitching that you do, that all will be covered up, and so don't worry about that. And then those little bits of thread, I like to leave that as well. So now this is the point that you wanted to attach it actually to your paper clip before we get these other elements going here. So let me zoom in a little tiny bit so that you can see a little better. Make sure we're in there. There we are. Okay, good. All right. Now, so on one end we have this. So we're going to start with this here. So this is going on this end. So that is really cute. I like that. And I'm thinking, let me just ink the edges of that paper, because let's face it, whenever we have some paper, let's just ink it up. We've got to make it look nice. It needs a little bit more. There we go. And I always like to lay it down when it's something that's delicate, fragile, so that you're not ripping it in any way. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we put that one here. I want to bring it up a little bit so that you can see the lace. And one other bonus that I thought about that I didn't mention was a word. So if you like to put a word sentiment on, then feel free to do that as a bonus. All right, so I'm going to put it right here. We're going to come up like right about there. And the same thing here. And I always do a little bit more on the glue, so, and I use Aleene's tacky glue. So the beautiful thing about this is when you're, even if I put a little bit too much, you don't see it because the fabric is absorbing anything that would ooze out. And because I only put it in the center, it doesn't need to be glued all the way around. So you're not going to see any of that. So I'm just going to mash it up here, down here. And you want to hold on to it for a good, 30 seconds, minute would be better. And then that will really, really let that set up. So I'll be right back. All right, now here we go. The last little few pieces that we're going to glue together. So what I did is I cut off a little piece of the orange. I made another leaf out of the tea bag so that I could get the tea bag element on this side as well. So first, let's glue down this little guy. Slides around a little bit, but that gives you the opportunity to put it where it needs to go. And again, we've got to hold on to that just so that it can grab hold of all of those fibers. And a little piece of the paper towel to wipe it up with. Just put a little bit of pressure. All right, now we're going to come in and we're going to glue this one first. I'm using a little bit more glue since I know I'm going to be gluing it to the fabric. Doing very nicely. Oops, wait a minute. Wait. Hold the apple cart. Thank goodness I just realized that. Okay, so first let's put a little dab of glue down here. And then we'll come in here with our trim fiber. Okay, now we go back with the leaf. Tea bag wrapper leaf. I'm just going to mash it and hold it with my paper towel. And that hopefully will pick up any excess glue that I could see was oozing out. Alright, so hold that for a few seconds. And then we will have it ready to be glued in the middle. Alrighty, very nice. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. As you can see, both sides looking lovely, absolutely adorable. And I love my little bonus piece that I put on there. All right, so now all we need to do is glue it underneath here. So I'm going to glue on the inside of the thread stitching, not the outside. And then hopefully that will help prevent any of the oozing of that excess. And I'm just going to go and our X across there. Okay, so now I'm going to fold that over. I'm going to take my wax paper, and now I'm just going to gently, because we have the layers now, so we have to keep those layers in mind. And of course, I could have glued it together first and then added those embellishments, but I didn't think about that until just very second. So, but it still works this way as well. It's just a little bit, you know, bulkier. All right, so I'm going to flip this over. And I'll do the same thing on this side. So I know that it's glued within the stitching. Across the middle. I'm just using a little bit of a back and forth pressure. Okay, so that should have done it. And I don't see, okay, so now all I can do, I can come in here now with my fingers and just mash, and any gap that I see, so the glue should be here. So this is okay for this to be a little bit of an opening because I put the glue over there, so that's fine. This is closing up down here nicely, and this is closing up over here nicely. I'm just going to fold it over on this side. Excuse that little bit of a noise. All right. There we are, our first altered paper clips in our 12-week series is complete. Oh, isn't it just beautiful, perfectly beautiful. Love every bit of it. So unique. So look at what I was able to do with those supplies. Isn't it a beautiful thing? Alrighty, so keep creating in the sunshine, and I'll see you for week 2. Bye-bye.